Skiff at the Shack here. Okay, so today we're going to do a little bit about lighting fires, because one of the things we try and do at the Shack is make sure through learning and safety and experience that we let our young shackers understand how to be around fires. So the first thing you need to think about is your fire safety, right? And the thing I want you to practice before we actually go into lighting fires is your fire safety. Your first being learning your fire safety position. Now, this is really important because if we get down in our fire safety position, which is one knee down, 1 foot on the ground, we're in a good position to work with a fire, because if we need to, we can get up and away really easily. So I want you guys to practice that before we light any fires. Okay, so we're going to practice fire safety position, down, round your fire pit, up and away. That's simple, that's simple. All right, so you go away and you practice. First thing, as was pointed out by Jessica brilliantly yesterday in her mini base camp that she's built at home, is that a good idea is to have a bucket of water, just in case you need to douse the fire and reduce its size. And at the end of the session, when you've had your fire, it's easy to put the fire out. Okay, so bucket of water, ready to go. Moving on, so we've got our fire safety position in place, and we've worked on our fire safety by putting our bucket of water in place in case we need that. So the next stage, which is really key to all survival and bushcraft actually, is preparation. So preparation is the next stage, getting all the things that you need ready before you light a fire. Because the only way that you can keep it going is if you have all the fuel and the things you need to keep it going. So preparation is really key. So the next thing we're going to do is go and find the bits and pieces we need for our mini base campfire. The first thing we're going to need is our tinder, which is the base that gets the heart of our fire. And the heart is the center of any base camp, whether it's mini or a big one that we have at the Shack. Okay, so heart's really important. First thing you're going to need is some tinder. So right here in my little box here, I've got a little bit of tinder. We just going to use a bit of cotton wool, hang on, which is really, really good for lighting fires. And you can source cotton wool from lots of places in your home, whether it be cotton wool pads or chunks of cotton wool like I've got in here. That's it, all it is, just a bit of cotton wool. All right, I've got quite a lot here because we do this quite a lot, so we're often prepared with the stuff that we need. But a bit of cotton wool, go and get that prepared. That's your first step. Preparation, preparation, preparation. Next, I'm going to get more tinder, so that the next size up of fuel that we're going to use on our fire. And as many of the young shackers will know from me, the thing that I always tell them when we're building a fire is enough is never enough. So always make sure that when you're collecting your fuel for your fire, that you do a good old collection before you get started. This way, you're not going to be running around looking for fuel as your fire dies down a little bit. It's already there for you to boost it back up and get your tea on the go. When getting your resources ready for your fire, because we've got our cotton wool, which is our basis of our tinder to make our heart, we then need to get our next size up fuel for our fire. This is the kind of thing we're looking for. Not very big, not very thick, and lots of it. We're going to go around and collect plenty of tinder to create a tinder bundle out of little sticks that we find in our garden, in and around. They're everywhere, so just go and pick up lots of little sticks. Really important to make sure though is that those sticks are dead, because dead wood is what burns on fires. Live wood doesn't burn as well, so we go and find dead wood. The easy way to check it's dead, snap it, and if it snaps with a really good crack, you've got the right stuff. So plenty of little lengths of stick that snap nicely with a real crack. That's what we're after.
Ted?
I'm collecting some sticks for a fire.
Okay, and how do you know they're going to burn?
Because if they snap, then they're good for a fire.
Excellent tip. Fab.
All right, let's go searching. Here we go. I know it goes without saying, but I better put this in there. If your base camp happens to be indoors, obviously you're not going to light a fire. But what you can do is go and find yourself a lamp and place it in the middle of your fire circle in your indoor base camp and create a look of a fire, which is just as good as having a fire, because it's your heart, and the heart is what is important. And what makes the heart is whatever you want that heart to be. It just sits in your fire circle, even if you're indoors. And as I say, you can use a lamp. That would be perfect.